Shalom, Yasharallah. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth and that root well. And salutation and much love for you, I can pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here topic, basically, that's going on with these new mandates that's coming out right here. All right, as you can see on the screen. All right. Dealing with this here thing, and just meditating on how close we are to the end, all right, and all the things that we've been prophesying to you about and letting you know about, and how dark and ugly it's about to get out here. A lot of people laughed and scoffed. A lot of people didn't believe us. A lot of people thought that we were just fear-porning people into certain things. You guys are just into this, you guys are just into that. But nevertheless, they don't really understand how these things have a domino effect, all right? I was talking to somebody just the other day and asking them about if they heard about this scenario, and they was like, oh, that don't bother me. It ain't going to affect me and this and that. Oh, they can't do that. Oh, they talking about how they're going to do this and how they're going to do that as well. In fact, there is a, where's that other article right here? Here's a different article right here. Pretty much going into what they were saying, Now, this is where we are down here in Florida. It says Florida governor threatens a $5,000 fine per violation for any government agency pushing forth what Biden is proposing or putting forth. All right. So you see there's a division here, but this was the same sentiment that person wound up saying to you. Oh, they can't do this. They can't do that. And I'm like, look, it's time to wake the fuck up, man. All right. If you care about your soul and salvation, it's time to wake up, man. All right. If you want to be missile food or not, it's time to wake up. All right. And this was my reply to them. I was like, look, you and the rest of these Americans, I actually referenced something that one of the brothers in the camp sent out when the whole situation started happening over in China. There was these Americans that was making memes about the people over in China wearing masks and how scared they were and everything else like that. And then not too long after, everybody here in America was like that. But the sentiment was, oh, that can't happen to us. Look at these stupid Chinese people, blah, 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 blah. Then turns around, look at where the number one hotspot is, all right? Now, these people, I was talking to somebody about this scenario. Oh, they ain't gonna do that. They can't do that. Oh, it ain't, like here in Florida, I was talking to somebody in Florida. They said, oh, well, the governor is against these things. And I'm like, well, they talking about federal, all right? Now, they can go back and forth and sue each other, but nevertheless, really, the federal government, they can come down, with the hammer. Now, we know all these things are all ultimately planned by them, but the statement I made to them was, I was like, look, you keep that same energy. Back when they told y'all, showing folks with these masks on it, like, oh, that'll never happen to America. It happened to America. All right. 2-3 years ago, you telling folks that, they would shut down all the jobs and all the opportunities and things like that. They was like, oh, that could never happen in America. You talk to a lot of these business owners and say, hey, man, you think that you all scot-free because you own your own business. You're, quote unquote, off the grid or off the government's or just the rat race because you own your own business. You're like, yeah, man, what they going to do to stop me? Right? They force your business to shut down. Right? All right. Forcing raising prices on certain things, forcing you to mask up or require certain identification before you come inside these businesses. All right. The apartments or the housing that you live in. All right. They're forcing your kids to, do a lot of different things in their schools and everything else. Everything that you believed that they couldn't do because you had these so-called rights or they would never do these types of things, man. Nobody would ever think that they would crash the entire economy, shutting down businesses and putting mom and pops out of business after years and years of building up and everything else like that, forcing them to shut down, man. You would have never thought that they would be forcing these kids to participate in certain things, and that's supposed to be your kid. All right. But now look at what has happened. All right. But nevertheless, hey, man, we've been giving you these here warnings like Ezekiel 3 and 17 says, all right, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. All right. Now we're warning them. We're warning our people. All right. So, hey, the blood is off of our hand. It's up to you now whether or not you're going to dance to the music that we're playing or are you going to just, ignore it. All right. But nevertheless, I'm jumping to some scriptures. All right. We're going to start off here in Revelation 13 and 16. All right, and just going to read through this a little bit. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great. All right, causing, forcing them basically one way or the other. All right. Now, and especially like, some people will be like, oh, they're not forcing you to do these things. But again, just like when they had the mask mandates to go inside the grocery store, they didn't force you to wear a mask inside the damn grocery store, right? They didn't put a gun to your head or anything like that. They said, look, if you want to come in this grocery store, you got to have a mask on. If you don't want to wear the mask, don't come to the grocery store. All right. So this is how, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. All right. Unless you, participate with these things. They're not forcing your kids to so-called participate in these things in these schools, but your kid can't attend school unless they have these things, right? They're not forcing you to take these things in order to go to work. But hey, look, according to company policy, you have to participate in these things or have to pay for these tests all the time, all right? And nevertheless, you have to understand that these things are going to start costing companies money and everything else like that. So they're going to have a reason, all right, to not to say deny you, but it'd be like, hey man, look, you're gonna have to take a paid leave, unpaid leave, man. All right, there's always loopholes and ways around these things, but nevertheless, look at what's actually happening, man. All right, the effects of it. All right, whether it's worded the same, but again, like I said, some people say, well, y'all say they're gonna, let's just say, force you to wear a mask. Well, technically, again, they're not forcing you to wear a mask, but if you want to go inside these damn stores, this is what's required. Just like, your local gas station don't force you, there's no law forcing, men to wear shirts, right? But nevertheless, if you want to go in the store, they say no shirt, no shoes, no service, right? So, well, you don't have to come into the store. We're not forcing you to do anything, all right? We're not dragging you inside the store, but look at what's really happening, all right? Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, all right? That no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, all right? And going into this as well, you're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to collect a paycheck. Hey, man, you already see we're not going to touch onto, what they would like to call conspiracy theories and things like that. But reading this here scripture, and you look at what these mandates are coming out down the woodwork with, all right? So you can put two and two together, and you can see what's really going on here, man, all right? Because, I mean, if you can't see this at this point in time, then that just means, if you're in denial about these things like this now, look inside the mirror and tell yourself the Most High hates your ass, and you missile food, man, because it's clear as day. Even a blind man can see all this, man, all right? Let's go from there to... Let's start at the top. Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasures in them. All right, and these are the days that we're coming into right now, where it's just like, what? Let's say you just, for whatever reason, you don't want to participate into these things. All right, nowadays it's just like, I don't even really want to go out no more. They're asking and requiring too much for me to go to a restaurant. I know, like up in New York, in order for you to go into these dining restaurants and things like that, man, you have to be able to prove that you participated in certain activities, all right? And so now some people think, it's just too much of a hassle. I don't even want to go around in these large crowds of these places no more. I don't know if I want to go to the movie theater no more. I don't know if I want to do all these things. So now, really, your life is, all the joyful days of your life are pretty much gone, all right? You always have the constant threat or worry about certain things, all right, here and there. Even if you want to pretend that this doesn't affect you, you may go into a certain establishment like, hey, man, can you wear a mask? Depending on what state you in. Like here, we don't really have mask mandates, all right? But then you have some establishments that say, hey, look, man, do you mind putting a mask on? Then you're like, you know what, just so we don't have a big-ass debacle, I'm just going to be here for 2 minutes, I throw the mask on, no problem. Now, all of a sudden, you're thinking about it like, damn, this shit is stupid. But nevertheless, hey, these are the days now where, you should have been seeking the Lord before these days came, all right? So now, it's just like you're forced to do these things. Now you're in a more uncomfortable position than if you would have been doing these things willingly before all these days came. You would have had plenty of practice, man, all right? And I always bring this here up. When you come into this here thing, the scriptures tell you to arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Now, some people would say, oh, physically leave this here place. But no, we told you spiritually and mentally leave this here place. So, for instance, the social distancing and getting out of the big crowds and things like that, we did that before the pandemic was even a question. All right, so when they tell us, hey, man, don't be gathering these large crowds, well, we wasn't trying to be out here with all this wickedness anyway, man. All right. Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain, and the days when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors be shut in the streets, when the sound of grinding is low. All right, let me just stop there real quick. So going in on this here portion, again, you want to serve the Lord and seek the Lord before these times come. All right, because, now, we were speaking about this the other day at camp, at the end of camp, about how, we don't think that we'll be here in this place that much more longer, as far as in this time frame that you're living in now, as far as, we still have jobs now, we still go to work and everything else like that. But hey, really, we at the final countdown. Now, how long do you think you're going to have a job, man? All right, they just pushed up these new things. So how long do you think you're going to still be working, man? All right, and they use these broad, or they paint it with a broad picture so that, you can put a lot of things under these certain guidelines or whatever they're pushing forth, But nevertheless, because I think, like you say, 100 employees or so, your local Pizza Hut don't got 100 people working inside their building. But if you look at the corporation Pizza Hut, how many people does the corporation Pizza Hut employ throughout all their multiple franchises? All right. So, hey, how long do you think you're going to really be working? How much more longer if this is the scenario, man? All right. And if anything is going to carve out this great divide, we already hear the sentiment about, hey, it's those. I heard Joe Biden say today, matter of fact, it's just that last 25%. These are the people. We're tired. We're losing patience with these people. All right. Pushing out this here narrative, man. All right. So things are about to get real uncomfortable for people, man. And they're still out here putting off day to day, still living in their folly and all these different things, man. Now more than ever, it's becoming more and more clear who gonna actually be missile food and who not gonna be missile food, man. Now it's becoming more and more clear why we say certain things and we really be in our feelings about you two third ass niggas, because really we shouldn't be in our feelings. Like, you have a role too, man. You gonna be destroyed, and hey, we can't change that. All right, and there's certain steps you gotta take to be able to fulfill that lot. But at the same time, we're like, well, man, look at these niggas, man. They out here just still turning up and everything like that. When everything coming down the clothes around, I mean, we know, and it's ultimately because we love you. All right, because when you catching your damn judgment, you're gonna be crying, oh God, pray for me. Like, bruh, we was over here telling your ass before this shit came to pass, and you was over here trying to stone our ass. Now you over here crying for help. We don't want to see you in this position, but now look at your ass, man. All right, we tried to warn your ass, but nevertheless, this is what's going on, man. So now, as the scriptures are saying here, man, remember the Lord, or seek the Lord before all these things come to pass, before the grinding cease and the doors be shut in the streets and everything like that, man. So you just think about it, man. We had the lockdowns and all these businesses wound up going under, and now you have people that don't really want to go back to work because they was getting unemployment, but then they just pulled that rug from up on you on Labor Day, all right? And then now all of a sudden they got these new mandates to finish these people off, all right? But nevertheless, it's going to cause a great divide, man, a great disparity out here, man, because you're going to have a lot of people, all right? First of all, you're losing governmental aid, all right? And if you don't participate, you damn sure about to lose governmental aid, all right? You done lost your job, or you don't want to work. You got used to that, all right? You can't afford certain things, all right? And again, these businesses are about to, have to mandate these certain things. The emails are going out and everything else like that, and how they're going to have to start treating certain things, all right? Now, a lot of people are going to start losing jobs. A lot of people are going to start losing homes and things like that. A lot of people are going to be out there starving in the streets, man. A lot of people are going to just be like, these participants. All right, you already hear the sentiments of them calling in on certain things like, oh, why don't y'all just do this, do that? Why don't y'all just jump on board? Why don't y'all just do all these different things and everything else like that, man? All right, you already have conversations about, whether or not to, when you have the participants versus the non-participants, who get the bed at the hospital first. All right, and then some people are calling in and saying, look, man, the people who participated, they should get first treatment versus the other folks, man. All right, now let's just flip it around the other way around, because these doctors, they put their, they sign up to put their life on the line, man. All right, so it would sound pretty fucked up for them to say, look, man, who do you treat first that's coming in? Two people was in a car accident. One of them got AIDS, the other one don't got AIDS. Who do you treat first, man? Who do you show partiality to? They're like, well, nobody in their right mind would really want to try to be dealing with blood with somebody who got AIDS or something like that. But as a doctor, I got to put that shit to the side, man. All right, but see, you hear the sentiment. See, they will tell you can't compare those two. It's not the same, but technically, you're right. It's not the same. You can get over this here situation, but that other situation, that's been around a lot longer, right? But they don't think about those things. But you see how this is becoming divisive, man. You see how these things are being set up for this here all-out Royal Rumble, man. All right? Continuing on, it says, let me read verse 4 again. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. But again, going back in on the doors being shut in the streets and everything else like that, the grinding coming to an end. All right, these jobs and the working and all these things, this is doing nothing but setting up for a all-out warfare between the people, man, fighting over food and responsibility. All right, you're gonna have some businesses is like, look, man, we all participated, but again, these folks are because you see some restaurants, they have to close down because they don't have enough people working. All right, or you have people just in certain things, and it's like I remember watching a couple of these videos. This was back before this whole juice came out. All right, when it was just a mass situation, man. You had a lot of these young like, let's say servers and things like that quitting their jobs and crying, and they was really going through it because it was just the fact of people were coming in their establishment. These Edomites was coming in. This was between Edomites and Edomites. They was coming in and not wanting to wear the mask. They was like, oh, I'm American. I don't have to do all these things. And then the employees was like, man, see, this is why we always have to keep shutting down. I can't make my hours. I can't feed my child. And fuck it, I just walk off the job. They just walked off and quitting. But you see the divide because one person feel like you're infringing on their rights, and the other person's like, I just need to get the fuck to work to make this paycheck to buy my baby some ramen noodles, man. It's only 10 cents a pack, bro. I just need to make this fucking dollar to go get me, 10 packs of noodles, man. But y'all making it difficult for me, man. It's just a goddamn dollar, man. Just go, come on, man, so we can all get moving. So you see the divide on how all these things are setting up, man. Hey, man, let me grab it. This place is through, man. This place, hey, you through, man. Through. Isaiah 24, I'm going to start at verse 8. The mirth of tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoiceth endeth. The joy of the harp ceaseth. So you have like these concerts, these big events and everything else like that, man. All these things are pretty much ending. And if they're not ending, they're pretty much to a smaller capacity, man. You're seeing these shows and everything else like that. Maybe the show might have had 30,000 people in there at one point in time. Now they only, down to 10,000 people. You see restaurants open up to a certain capacity and everything else like that, man. All right, so it's not like it's fully open. Everything is fully open to certain things, and it's only some of these places are only the, participants can participate in these things, and those that don't, they can't. All right, so this is putting a big strain on a lot of things, and a lot of things like events and venues, they take a, try to give you a broad example. Say, for instance, we're about to put on a concert, right? We need at least 65% of these tickets to sell for us to be able to put on this here concert just for us to break even. All right, now, if we can only fill the door to a full capacity of 40% of people, we'll never make a dollar, man. We're going to be losing money every show we put on, man. So we need you people to start doing these things. So it ain't even joyful for us to throw these concerts no more because there ain't no money in these shits no more, man. All right, you got a comedy show you're trying to throw on, and, the house only fit 100 people, but you can only have 25 people in there. Well, you need at least a good 70 people or 60 people in there just to make to break even, man. All right, you pay, you actually get your profit off of the last little bit of people, but you can't even get nowhere near that number, so it's all over with, man. So it's not even profitable or joyful for people to do a lot of these things, and it's only going to get worse, man. All right. It says, they shall not drink wine with the song, strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. So, a lot of people are now, especially now, alcohol consumption and sales are skyrocketing right now. And it's not because people are out here partying and turning up. It's not like, they just they are giving out money, but it's not like, we just giving out money. Everybody get free cars. It's not like an Oprah show, man. You get a car, you get a house, you get a Bentley, you get a bag. It's not like that, man. All right, it's like, they're out here doing these things. They're out here doing these things, man, and it's basically to a point of sorrow, man. A lot of these people are out here drinking and buying, consuming all this alcohol and drugs and things like that, because it's like, man, I'm tired of being locked down. I'm tired of, I don't know what I'm gonna do. They didn't shut my job down. I don't know if my restaurant will ever come back, or my kids, I don't feel safe with sending my kids back to school. Or they got this new mandate. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be at my job. You got people right now with that new mandate that's going out. It's like, damn, man, I don't know what it's going to be like Monday morning when I go back into my job. Everything in my job was cool for a while. I had a managerial position. I had a decent salary to pay the bills and everything. It wasn't, I wasn't balling or rich or nothing like that, but I could pay all my bills, go buy me some groceries. I didn't have to eat ramen noodles. I could buy, some decent, reasonable food, pay my bills and everything else like that. Have me a little bit of extra money to spend on the weekend. Go buy me a bottle of yayan. Maybe go and, treat myself to something small, nothing real big or anything like that. I'm just, I'm decent out here, But then now all of a sudden I walk into work Monday morning and all that shit changed. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't just had this new mandate come out. I'm not with that shit no more, man. So now what do? Now I'm going home and I'm sitting there at the table with my bottle and I'm just sitting here drinking like, man, that was a decent little run and everything else like that. Or, my wife feel a certain type of way. My kids feel a certain type of way. And this is going to put a strain. Me and my wife was already arguing over certain things. But now all of a sudden, this is gonna end our relationship. This is gonna probably be the last time I see my kids and everything else like that, man, or certain relatives in my family and things like that, man. All right, because hey, man, this is just where we coming to right now, man. My parents disown me because they're a little older and they didn't ran and jumped to go take the juice, and they're saying, son, I don't know what happened to you. You had a good, decent job. Now all of a sudden you believe this conspiracy theory stuff. Why don't you just go out there and get juiced up and everything else like that, man? Don't come around me without that. Now, I can't believe you would leave that good job or let that good job go to waste. After all this, me and your father went through and working these minimum wage jobs, you finally got a good job. Now all of a sudden you're going to walk off that job because you don't want to go get juiced up. Boy, don't come around my house no more. Now, all these different things like, damn, man, I can't believe my mama would treat me like that. Out of all these things we went through, me my whole life, it wouldn't be on no dumb shit like that. But then all of a sudden you just jump to believe all these things. You straight, but you ain't thinking about, me standing up for the Most High in these times, man. So this is going to bring a great divide, man. So people are out here drinking in sorrow, man, not joy. All right, the bottles are flying off the shelf now, not because it's just party after party after party. It's not graduation season. All right, what it is more or less like a funeral season, man. All right. Verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down. All right, and this is the city of confusion. You got some states opening up saying, look, man, we're not participating with this. Some states, hey, man, we got to have a full lockdown, and so, for instance, for a lot of you people who watch our channels or hear from us or not even in the state of Florida, and you listen to the news about us, you would think that motherfucking bodies is everywhere, man. All right, you would think that we one of the hot. They always say we're one of the hottest spots. It's one of the main places, the hot spots, this and that, man. But then when you hear, you don't see none of these things, man. All right, that's one thing I've always noticed about the news about Florida versus you being here in Florida. You know what I'm saying? When hurricanes start coming around and everything else like that, man. Hey, man, I get all my relatives calling me up, Thomas. You need to leave. You need to evacuate. This and that. Like the last hurricane, I'm like, motherfucker, we barely got a little bit of rain. You know what I'm saying? A couple days before the hurricane came, we had more rain from just natural rain than when the hurricane came in the place where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas in New York, the people who weren't even on the radar got way more affected than us, man. But let the news tell, the outside news from Florida tell it about us. You would think we all messed up, but this is the city of confusion. They're creating confusion with their narratives and things like that, man. Put the big scare on everybody, man. All right, like I just said, I had literal relatives, all right, literal relatives. My sister's, for a prime example, living in New York, calling and worried about me because she hearing the news about what the hell going on here in Florida with the hurricane. Lo and behold, they the ones got flooded the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? But this the city of confusion, causing that great divide, man. Oh, you need to leave, bro. I don't know what, bro. You need to leave. You dumb if you don't leave. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Well, then why you over here belling water out of your spot? You worried about me. You should be worried about yourself, man. This is the city of confusion. That's why they call it Babylon the Great, man. All right, but this is all stirred up, man. All right, this is all created for confusion, man. All right. It says, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. All right, and this is what's going on. The small mom and pops got done away with. Now a lot more of these smaller, not large corporations, but medium-sized corporations are about to start doing away with the rest of you people, man. And then the larger corporations, man. All right, so it ain't no jobs going out for nobody, man. All right. There's a crime for wandering the street. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right. The crime for wandering the streets is there's a cry for real answers, man. All right. They had a statement on the radio today about with going into these mandates. There's a 25% left that we need to get to participate. There's a real problem and everything. But wait a minute, y'all was pushing off the herd immunity beforehand, saying y'all need to get 70% of everybody to participate, and then everything will be all good. Now you telling me you got to get this last 25%. Wait a minute, your math is wrong. This is confusion. If you got 25% left, that means 75% then participated. 75 is higher than 70. You said at 70% you'd had a herd immunity. This shit don't make no sense, man. How is only 25%? You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, you got two militaries. You got one military with 75 people. Let's say 750,000 people versus 25,000 people. Which side is really that much more of a threat? The 750,000 side or the 25,000 side? Well, you like, the 750 side is way more of them than 25,000, right? But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, y'all scared of the 25,000, y'all got 750,000. I'm confused here. But this is what's going on. They looking for answers out here, man. Which one is it? I thought y'all told me if I participated once, everything would be all good. How come I'm still getting sick out here? How come I need more and more booster shots? How many of these shits would I normally get? You know what I'm saying? How can I still catch this if y'all told me to get this I'm in the same boat as somebody who just didn't participate, man? Everybody looking for answers out here, man. whether I do this or whether I don't do this, man. Who do I trust? Do I trust the government? Do I trust these crazy looking guys out here with these signs and everything else like that, man? All right, I seen a video today of a Jake who, hey, he was being honest. He's like, look, man, I don't subscribe to those Hebrew Israelites. I don't believe in them. I think they on some bullshit. But y'all, hey, there's a point in time where you got to put your pride aside. All the shit that they were saying, he was like, from when I was a little kid, they used to say a lot of foul, crazy shit about the white man being the devil and all these different things. But come point in time, we have to put this pride to the side and match up everything that they were saying comparably to what you see going on around you right now. Those motherfuckers was right the whole time. Granted, I don't like them niggas, man. I don't fuck with them and this and that. But these niggas is actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was right. So it comes a point in time where you know, again, the city of confusion, man. All right, they're looking for the answers, but then, you know, they have that pride that's right there, man. All right. It says, well, let me go back to 11. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is dark and the mirth of the land is gone. So, yeah, more people are more worried about, you know, getting correct information and finding out about a lot of things. You got a lot more people now becoming so-called medical scientists and things like that, looking into certain things and experts on all these different things beforehand. When you try to tell them about these things beforehand, they're like, bruh, I don't give a damn about who the fuck the president is or what this law mean or what that law mean or what's in this and what's in that. All I care about when a new Jay is coming out, when a new Drake album coming out. That's what they cared about. But now all of a sudden they all into this and into that and everything else like that, man. But, hey, they looking for answers, man. All right. Let me go, verse 12. The city is left desolation and the gates is smitten with destruction. All right. So, hey, man, going into these things, man. America is through. It's finished. It's done, man. In a real quick fashion, man. In a year or two, everything that you know has changed up, man. Your freedoms and going to these packed football games and stadiums and concerts and clubs and everybody doing everything. You know, you used to go to the club. Hey, just think about that, man. People are scared of being around folks from catching what they got. But 2 or 3 years ago, you'd be up in a club every single weekend with the same ass groupies grinding and kissing and making out and spreading all kind of bodily fluids, raw dogging all kind of strangers and not caring about all kind of different shit. Now all of a sudden, oh, I don't know if that nigga washed his hands or whatever, whatnot. Man, come on, man. You niggas is backwards. All right, but nevertheless, going back into all these things, you know, this is showing, you know, the true colors of these people, man. Lost and confused, man. This is why this place is called Babylon, man. All right, you got a lot of smart, dumb niggas out here, man. All right, don't know what the hell is going on, but hey, the elect is going to take heed to the truth, man. They're going to take heed to the words of the Lord, man. But the rest of these people are out here in darkness, man. All right. Let me go from there to, let me just read this real quick, because ultimately this is what it's all leading to, man. And this is what you people don't realize. What this great divide is ultimately stirring up this hatred between these people, man. All right. Second Ezra is 15. Well, I'll start at 14. I'll start at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be... So, ultimately, this is what it's going to get to, all right? And when we get a little further down, we'll understand why. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes, and in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Now, there was some videos that was going around the internet over the weekend about at the football games about how they was screaming F Biden and everything else like that. Man, I heard a cat at the gas station the other day, one of these little Edomites playing this little, I guess, a little rap song or something like that, some F Joe Biden and everything else like that. You know, like he had the door open, blaring this shit loud, you know what I mean? But nevertheless, this is the sentiment that's going out. You know, these people are blaming these folks, the presidents and everything, whether it be Trump or Biden, about the situation that they're in. But they don't realize, like, ultimately, this is the end all be all. This is how it was going to be. All right. But nevertheless, it's causing that great divide. It's it's divisive. All right. Just like Donald Trump with the build a wall situation or make America great again. Just that slogan again alone creates division. You know, make America great again. What does that mean to some people, man? To some people, that means, hey, build a wall, get rid of the Mexicans, right? To some other folks, that means, hey, man, we need to bring, same sentiment, bring whiteness back, all right? You know, Black Lives Matter. What does that mean to some people? Oh, fuck white people, basically. You know what I'm saying? When to black folks, it's like, yo, man, our lives matter as well, too, man. All right? Oh, what does it mean to when they say blue lives matter? Oh, it's all right for them to be killing niggas, man. All right, so these things are very divisive to create these types of sentiments between one another, man. create this divide, man. All right. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, and we've seen these things happen with the lockdowns and, even with flights and everything else like that. You have to go and basically show that, or what they call the Q word. You have to go sit on the bench for a couple days to make sure certain things and show that you have this and show you have that before you can go inside these cities. All right, we've seen these things happen. It's only going to get worse, man. All right. It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor and shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right. And so look, for the lack of bread and great tribulation, man, because when people are out here hurting because they ain't got their jobs, man. All right. When they're like, bruh, they didn't force us out of work because we don't want to participate. And again, we got to get this here ramen noodle money to feed our babies and things like that. Hey, man, it's going to be an all-out warfare, man. You're going to have the two different sides, man. You're going to have those that participated that still wound up losing their job because the other half didn't want to participate, and now all of a sudden we got another variant, we got another outbreak, we got another one of these things, we got to shut down again, all right, because y'all didn't want to, bro, it's only like 10% of y'all, 20% of y'all that don't want to participate in these things, bro. Fuck that, we ain't going to shut down no more, I ain't going to lose my job, bro, my kids ain't going to starve because y'all niggas don't, hey, fuck that, we'll go out here and mow y'all niggas down so that we can eat again, man. All right, that's how one side believe in it. And you seen it on the Capitol riots. I don't know how y'all done rigged the election, so we got to go storm this. We got to go do this and that to these people because y'all fucked up our life, right? Now, the flip side is, look, y'all believe in this here government. Y'all believe in all these things. They done took away our rights, and they done took away our jobs, took away our businesses, took away our freedoms and everything because y'all wanted to listen to the mainstream media, and y'all wanted to believe in this, y'all wanted to believe that. It's you niggas' fault that everything done got torn down. So now we got to kill you niggas because X, Y, and Z. So you see how there's a divide, man. These niggas is just about to go rampant on each other, man. All right? All because, ultimately they don't have no ground and they don't have no vision. They don't have no, I'm not to say a backbone, but our foundation is in the Lord, man. All right? That's why, what is that? Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of our time. Hey, man, we cool, calm, and collective. We know all things are working together and working perfectly in the way and the will of the Lord, man. All right, yeah, we still affected by the same things too. Hey, yeah, we might lose our jobs, but ultimately at the end of at the end of the road, we know we're going to be all right, man. The Lord's going to provide for us. We're not really stressed out about those things, man. We don't, same thing with all the protests and shit. Like, we don't see us out there. We ain't mad about this type of shit, man. All right? Because we know that the Lord is working behind all these different things, man. We cool. We ain't really stressing these things, man. All right? It's just these other folks that's out here doing all these things, man. And these are the people that you got to worry about, man. All right? You may just be in a damn store or something like that, in a grocery store, you're like, man, I don't want to wear my mask and nothing like that. You might have some old head walking down the aisle or some shit and see your ass and just be like, see, you niggas is the reason why I might get sick, I might die, man. I gotta go and slap this nigga over the head with my cane. Come on, man. These are the type of people that you out here dealing with, man. Out here, man. So, hey, man, these people out here are all about to become your enemies, man. Everybody, because, hey, let me read it again. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, whether they old or they young. All right, they seem smart or they seem dumb, whatever color they are, they're gonna just look at you. It's like, yo, because you don't want to go out here and drink the juice, you the reason I done lost my job. Or the flip side, because you want to sit here and believe the news and the media, we all forced to go and take this shit, man. So now I'm about to go beat you over the head with my cane, man. So see, you see how it's just causing more and more confusion and more division until it gets to an all-out warfare between these people, man. All right, and they don't have no self-discipline. They don't have no trust in the Lord, man. They don't have any of these things, man. They say we the problems, man. We not up in arms. We not out here protesting. All right. If anything, the only thing we protesting is that you niggas stop being violent, stop being criminals, stop being disobedient to the Lord. Come back into the Lord and repent. All right. And just trust in the Lord, man. All right. We not really the problem. All right. But hey, these niggas is looking at us like we the problem, man. Because we're spreading misinformation and everything like that. But ultimately, everything we've been saying is coming true, man. And everything they've been saying has been, come to find out, it's all been known as a lie, man. All right, and y'all don't question them. Y'all don't sit here and cancel them. Y'all don't strike down CNN and MSNBC and all these other platforms for spreading misinformation. All right, they told you to wear a mask, and then they said the mask don't work. Then they tell you to double mask it, the double mask ain't gonna work. They told you to wear a certain type of mask, then they say any kind of mask. They told you to social distance, then you don't have to social distance. They told you to participate, then even if you do participate, it ain't gonna make a difference, man. Which one is it, man? All right, but nevertheless, we're the problem. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close out. Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, I say, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us his truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing his truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth, and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, Stay strong. Stay strong. Shalom.